Hey everyone, Broadbent here, and welcome to my modded Valheim series. The goal of this series is to explore what mods have to offer, completely changing the way the game plays, adding new content, and really unlocking the game's potential. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, so let's get started. Today, my main objective is going to be to build a lighthouse. Now, a lot of people, and by a lot I mean 100% of everyone in the comments, has suggested building a lighthouse, and it's in my mind for a little while now as to where I'm going to do it, because I definitely am. So, I think I have a spot over here on the north side on this tiny island. But before we can get to that today, there's a few things that I really need to do. Not go through the maze. We'll go around. One of the things I want to do is add a cape to this guy. And I think I'm going to do it a bit like this. Where's the building tab? I think we'll have a double cape just like that. It's kind of goofy, but I figured it looks sick, you know? Like it's just an extra little detail. Also, right here, I want to add a duplicate statue. So if that goes right there, and then if we get the hedge back out, just like that. And I think I want to add a little sign that says, can you find the other statue in the maze? You know, like it's a little goal, basically. And if I could, please, thank you, match that like that. In fact, slightly wrong. There we go. That's kind of cool. Right here, I want to turn this into a solid stone structure. So, let's get to work and start demolishing. I think all the way to here looks good. Okay, I was going to raise the ground, but that seems like a bit too much work. So I'm just going to chuck foundations in the bottom here. Say what you will, but I think it's the right thing to do. I think that is now done. Yes. That is looking pretty... Please excuse the horrible mistakes. Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh dear. Tidied up. I've added a new mod today, which is the Balrond barrel. There's a bunch of Balrond mods, but this is the first one that I'm checking out for the series. And here it is, the food barrel. Core wood and 2 copper. So I'm going to lay a bunch of these around here, and it's got a really unique feature. And I'm quite excited to show. Okay, down here, we're going to build the barrels. And I think we just sort of... Whoa, okay, I can't see a damn thing when that does that. We're going to do 3 there, 3 there, and then I guess 1 here. Looks kind of cool. So, you can open these barrels just like you normally can. And you can actually chuck, well, anything in apparently, but it's more of food. And the actual food item will show up in the barrel. How cool is that? So I want to go get a bunch of different food items and stock up in here. So I've got a few items here. I'm going to chuck in raw meat there. In fact, let's group this. So we'll do meat there, meat here. You see that's a little larger. That's cool. Up top here, we'll do some fruit and veg, I guess. Oh, that glows. Oh, that's so sick. Cloudberries can go in there. And then I guess turnips and carrots. How cool is that, man? I almost want to add more. It's just a little bit too repetitive, but I wish I could add variation somehow. I'm going to add a few more. Why not? 1 there. 1 here. And then I guess 1 here. I think I have enough different types of food anyway. Let's do some necktails there. Mushrooms. A turnip. And an onion. Nope, that is definitely not edible. Yeah, that's better. That's so sick. Okay. Now we can begin the actual episode's goal. We can go and take a look at where the lighthouse is going to be. Oh, I might actually die from this. Oh, 10 health. Right over here. There it is. No, or was it here? No, there it is. Yeah. We're going to level out the terrain, make a nice big flat area, and then get to work. So, Let's go get everything we need to get started. I love how big these 3 stars are. So sick. I almost forgot to add the boat back. That would have been really bad. That would have been so bad. There we go. Different boat this time. I figured that's a bit nicer and more suited. Oh, this poor deer. It's been living here for so long. See you later. That's been like 15, 20 episodes that this deer has just been chilling on this island. Evicted. I probably could have kept him there, but whatever. It's at times like this where I think adding a mod that makes me able to build these would be great. Imagine a bunch of rocks scattered around the lighthouse. I might have to do that. Anyhow, let's throw down these stations just for now. And then we can talk about the next mod that I've added today, which is the Placement Unlocked mod, which essentially just allows me to build things that can only be built on stone, but on wood. And the reason for that is because I want to build a bonfire super high up. So that's my reasoning behind adding that mod. Let's get this ground a little bit bigger here. Definitely higher up. Let's do that. And do it again here. Just like that. Make it a bit bigger. And that turned out quite well. So the dock, I imagine, will be down here. Staircase up. Lighthouse here. That sounds good to me. Okay, let's begin the planning phase. By using the planning. I always forget to do that. Right here, I think. I think that looks quite substantial, honestly. I think in order to make this successful, I have to go, I just have to go into a testing world and make sure this is right. Otherwise, I feel like if I'm going to make it too wide like this, it's going to look out of proportion and not tall enough. So let's go and test it in a little debug world. I'm going to use my creative character on my creative world. This is not the actual world, so don't panic. Okay. Let's get to planning, shall we? So you can build to the exact same height no matter which building block you use. That's really good to know, actually. Just doing some basic planning, and I think that is about the right shape and size. Of course it's the right shape. And if I could get it to here, I think that would add up quite well. Okay, we're back in the survival world, and I want to go and raise the terrain a bit more for the lighthouse. I've messed around a bunch in the creative world, and I tried to make the lighthouse get smaller or narrower as it goes up. I've got to say, that's probably one of the hardest projects or ideas that I have ever had in Valheim. Pretty much impossible. I would challenge you to make a lighthouse that gets smaller as it goes up, but is also round. Very, very tough. So, we're going to raise the area quite a lot more here because we need to get some height on this lighthouse. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Okay, I think just a hair more around here. Let's do there. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Let's just get a bit of a... Oh wow, that is ugly. Whoa now. I can't say I've ever seen something quite like that with Valheim before. Normally it's quite good. Right. Let's get this looking somewhat decent. Just want to scatter things around a little bit and make it work. That's okay with being a cliff face. I like that idea. And we're going to be building with the blueprint that I made on the creative world. It wasn't my intention to do this, but it copies over world to world. I was going to start from scratch, but why? Why? So we're going to plop that down right there and see what that looks like. Let's equip this. Yeah, we can fix that on the cliff side. Let's just make sure that's a good location. I think a dock right here. Banging. Perfect. So, let's build this bad boy all the way up here. I can just snap them up like this. So, I'm going to build that all the way up here. And then we're going to let it auto-complete and try and build. But that should start to collapse, like, around about here. And then with the entrance is probably going to be the back here. Awesome, this is coming together. In fact, I'm going to, before I build that, let's build this out a little bit more. In fact, I think I'm going to put the entrance here. It's going to be quite tight, but generally speaking, it's okay. Just designing the floor, and that, I think, is something that I'm actually going to do over at the main island. You know, have a ring around and then square just sort of thrown in. Okay, we're ready to start building this. It's not going to build all the way up, honestly, but it will try. Let's enable it and watch this climb. This is going to be a unique view right now because I've not... Can I just, like... Oh, I was going to climb up. I've never seen something build quite like this. Normally, it's got a lot of foundations, so it builds all of it at first, but level by level, it's going up. That's so satisfying. The thud is great. It's going to need some more stone, I think. We'll see. But however high that goes... Oh. Ruin! My guy! Who put the portal there? You're fired. Are you gonna stop anytime soon? Yes. That is the top. So I'm honestly just gonna delete that. Awesome. It actually just ran out of stone too, so that was really nice. I'm gonna get to work planning the staircase all the way to the top to where we've currently built up to. I think I want to come in and have the staircase start like there. Makes the most sense to me. We're gonna do it just like this. A spiral all the way around, but it's just got to match. Hopefully, stability won't be an issue. Although if I have to, I'll build it out of wood. But I would like a stone staircase here. Okay, I'm going to use the plan build for the staircase here. No way, this is all staying here as well. This is so overwhelming. So much is getting demolished right now. My staircase is intact. Yo, this is actually extremely easy to build. And I love it. Oh, we're actually up here. This is sick. This is as high I'm gonna go for the stonework, at least. You gonna collapse? Really? Just chuck that right there. I don't have any wood, unfortunately. So, on the outside here, we're going to be using the Darkwood Archers. And it's actually going to be really hard to build this without Freecam. So I've gone ahead and installed the build camera mod. So now if I take out my hammer, my building plan hammer, or the actual hammer, I can press Z, which I've configured to be Z, and I can build freely. So it gives me a bit of extra freedom and makes building this a lot easier. So for the outside here, we're going to be having archways. I'm actually going to build it above the door. It's going to be like that. And like that. Rotate it twice, and then we're going to do that all the way around to form what will be a platform. Ooh. Ah! Okay, I can't be doing this. I'm gonna die this episode. I've got to. That is now done. Now, one thing that I'm also gonna do today is a spiral effect going all the way up. So, we're going to get the camera out, the build camera out again. Very handy. I really like this, actually. It doesn't even require dev commands either, so it's, like, it's just nice. We're going to have a spiral going straight up. And we're going to start it, I think, on either side of the doorway. So one here. So if I just do this all the way up like that, it should give a bit more of an illusion but this is in fact a lighthouse. Just like that. And then if I do the same thing on this side. Just like that. Oh! I did not mean to do that. Let's go back into Freecam. And then you can see sort of what I'm going for here. There we go. Hell yeah. I'm thinking just at the very top here, hopefully I don't launch myself off again, I might add a trap door to get up instead. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'm wondering something like this. If I get a little trapdoor there. Hey, that could look really good. I wonder if I can just really auto-build? It does! And then I can open it. And jump up. My guy! That is perfect. I'm so excited. Hell yeah. Right. Let's finish off this floor, because this is a long way to go here. I think I struggled getting this actually in the creative world a little bit. This is a really handy mod. I was on the fence actually about adding this a little while ago, but no, I'm definitely glad I did. Take a look at that. So that's roughly what I'm thinking. There's going to be a few windows that I haven't added yet, and through the spiral and stuff like that. So this part onwards, I have not planned. So this could go several ways. I'm going to try and complete this floor, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's see this thing get completed here. Although, whenever I go to the portal, it takes a long time. Yeah, this isn't going to get completed right now, I don't think. Unless I can... Let's get up here. I like that trapdoor. It's a little gimmicky, but it makes a lot of sense. That can go. These little things here. Look at that timing. Hell yeah. Why are the colors so inconsistent? There we go. Lovely. And now I'm thinking that I'm going to have the bonfire right here. Which I should be able to build. Just want to make sure that I can get this here. Yes, let's go. Now we're talking. Look at that. So good. Right. Now we can start to plan things. What's going to go above this? I don't think anything should. Now I'm seeing the gigantic fire. But I was going to add a roof on this. You know what? It probably shouldn't, but I'm going to mess around with it anyway. And see if I can get a roof to look okay. Okay. That looks amazing. I wish it was slightly brighter, but that's exactly what I'm going for. Yeah, I might be able to just get a roof on there. Hell yeah. Oh, wow. That was a lot. I think I'm happy with leaving it like this. I want to go and check it out from a different angle. But mostly, I think it looks fine. I might add a little barrier going around. There we go. I think I might revisit the idea of the platform there, but I think I quite like that. So, I'm going to add the windows in. Let's go and take a look. What's where? I keep looking for a staircase, but I've got to use the hatch. Keep it open, why not? And let's add some windows. Let's say here. Here looks good to me. So, demolish these. Just like that. There we go. I think I'm pretty happy with that as like a little window. I'm going to add one up here, I think, as well. Which comes out way too much of an awkward spot. I've got to make them like line up with the stairs as well, so it's kind of tricky. There we go. Maybe one more, but that's two of them. One there and one there. I think I'd like one here, but I think that comes out, yeah, like right where the spiral is. So unless I just sacrifice blocks and just chuck one right here, I'm going to do that. Right here in the middle. There we have it. That is done. Awesome. I wish I had Freecam just like go anywhere, but I like that it's restricted to the workbenches, so that's pretty nice. I'm gonna work on the interior slightly. This is a bit bland right now. The interior is done to the point where like I don't think it really needs more, but I could add more. And I'm just messing around with the idea of flags going around to let you know where you are. When you approach the harbor, it kind of makes a lot of sense, actually. Now that I'm saying it out loud. Yeah, I think Might revisit the location on that one, but generally speaking. Also added this nice little design on the inside. It's nothing crazy, but it's good enough, honestly. Got some torches. So I'm gonna go get the rest of the resources, and then we can call it a day, I think. Okay. I am gonna have to go and check out those flags, because that's the only thing that's really concerning me right now. Let's head over. Oh, okay. Careful now. Oh no, that could look good. It's not really much of a traditional lighthouse in terms of the design with the banners and stuff, but I think I've done a pretty good job. Oh. It's only loaded in part of it. Look at that. Can we get the banners to come in? Yes, we can. You know, I'm quite happy with that. That's sick. The window there's a bit goofy looking. No. I like it. I think I like the banners too. Okay. One more thing to do, which is to decorate the outside and get it looking decent. So, let's head over there and do that. Wow. It's a lot better than I thought. Okay, first thing, this portal needs to be moved to the very top. I don't like climbing the stairs every time I come here.
We could arrange to have you carried.
Okay, let's lay out a nice little path. Do we need a stone path, a paved road? Yeah. I wasn't going to, but we're going to have that coming all the way up here. Around and to the main entrance. Something just collapsed. Uh-oh. Okay, I've got the pathway going in all the way around here and then down to where the harbor's going to be. And we're also going to go and chuck in all of the grass back in. Because, as you can see, adds a lot of really cool, like, vegetation that I don't really want to miss. It also paints on the sand, which you should be able to do manually, I think. Now, maybe further down the line, I could add a mod that will allow me to build the natural rocks like those. And I can make this look a lot more realistic with like breaker rocks and stuff like that. But for now, I'm going to leave it as is. Just realized that I can use the Freecam with this. All these little bits in the water like this. Just paint them over. Alright, looking pretty good here. I think I may add a little bit of a fence, just because I think it'd look quite good. Okay, just a few more finishing touches now. I want to add in some mushrooms, glow shrooms and stuff just scattered around. I think it really is the details that bring things together. Also, the dock, I think, is done here. It kind of makes a lot of sense to go along the side like this, and then you can... hold on. Hold on. There we go. Better. And now you can go up. So yeah, I think I want to add in a little boat as well here, just on the side. But first, let's get these plants down here. Not putting too much thought into it here. I just want to make it look okay. And I think that ought to do it. Just throwing things around, you know? Just pretty much making it whatever. Let's have one of each over here. In fact, one more there. And that there. Awesome. I think that came along quite well, actually. Okay, I just want to add in a few boats here really quickly. I think I've got enough for a couple. And honestly, a couple might go well. So, let's add... Where are they? I know they're here somewhere. Different hammer. Let's add one there. Oh! And then one here. Yes. And then all that was left was a few little lights to lead you up to the door. And this thing is now done. Look at that. What an episode. I like little projects like this where you actually... where I know exactly what's going to go there and I can just do it. I'm going to go into Freecam, and I mean real Freecam, and we're going to go and check this out here. I always show you entering commands just because I figured it just makes sense. In fact, let's also set the time of day. And look at that. That is so sick, dude. I'm really happy with that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. I mean, it's not your traditional lighthouse. It's the best I could really do with Valheim's limitations. I wanted to make it get narrower as it goes up, but I spent like an hour trying to figure out how to do that and have it round at the same time. It's almost impossible. But this turned out really, really quite nice, actually. I'm gonna go and check it out from over here. Yeah. I love it. Look at that. I'm glad I built up the terrain quite high. That's so sick. Anyhow, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more modded Valheim content in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.